tranquility in a glass that is not caffeinated, that does not have, an inordinate amount of sugar. And this is a gentleman by the name of, I'm gonna get this right, Jody Helfand, because I mispronounced it last time. And Jody and I have been on a couple times before, and this is called the Art of Broth. They're savory flavored sipping broth packets. And you see what Jody is doing right now. It is broth in what looks like a little tea sachet. And all you're gonna do is pour 8 ounces of hot water. You're gonna wait 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes, you'll have this amazing glass of a savory beef bone broth or a lovely chicken broth. So here's what we're talking about, what you're getting. You're gonna choose the 20 count in the chicken or the 20 count in the beef bone. And Jody Helfand, by the way, has spent over 30 years providing the most luxe hotels, restaurateurs, and chefs with their soup stock, their soup broth. And so all of a sudden, Jody, your wife said to you one day, honey, what did she say?
Well, she said, you've been supplying gourmet broths to professional chefs for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And at home, the only thing I have to cook with is a salty bouillon cube. And how about making your wonderful broths available at home in an individual serving that's really easy and convenient for everyone to use? And by the way, how about putting it into a tea bag?
Right. Genius, right?
And,
and voila.
With that, I went back to our kitchens and spent a year and a half developing a very unique cooking process. We're cooking plant-based ingredients for over 4 hours to create delicious gourmet broths. And today, the Art of Broth is really excited to present sipping broths, which are individual servings of chicken, beef, and vegetable broth for you and your family to enjoy anytime and anywhere in less than 3 minutes.
In less than 3 minutes. I've got to give you updates because right off the top, Jonathan, tell me where we are with the beef. I'm not hearing you, my friend. So I guess we will wait a moment on that.
I think we're already sold out of vegetable.
Let's try again. So in the beef choice, we have fewer than 350 to go around.
Wow.
And then in the chicken choice, only 225. So you heard Jody say vegetable, that sold out the last time we were on together, so we just have the chicken or the beef bone. M61115 is your item number. 8 ounces, 3 minutes. But look at what else you can do with this, right? So obviously we know that it is broth, so it's gonna help you make these great soups that we're seeing here.
Absolutely. Delicious.
And that's really easy. You can use it to replace that chicken broth that you might buy at the grocery store that might be too salty, that has an expiration date, that blah, blah, blah. But what is it? I leaned against the table and it's moving. What is it about sipping broth that is really your goal? Because
so
I'm
really, taking 5 minutes out of the day. We're all in hectic schedules, and to take 5 minutes and relax, sip, and enjoy, these are really ideal to be used if you're feeling under the weather or as fall and winter weather comes and we have a cold, rainy day. What's better than homemade chicken broth or beef broth? Even late at night, before you go to bed, nothing makes us feel better, more relaxed or calm than soothing broth. But who has the time to spend hours in the kitchen? So the Art of Broth has really made a wonderful, delicious chicken and beef broth that you can enjoy anytime, anywhere, and it's so easy and convenient.
You know what? So instead of using bouillon cubes, no, let's not do that. Instead of you spending hours and hours creating a broth, Jody has done it for you. And it's not like Jody just went one day and said, let me make you a broth. He's got 30 years of experience in supplying top chefs, hotels, and restaurants with their soup stock so that they could start making their soup from that broth. So 20 of them, and when we're talking about 20, it's $1.87 a packet.
And in 3 minutes.
And in 3 minutes you have it.
They're absolutely done and delicious.
And so while it's $37.40, use your Q card and put this on 4 easy payments of $9 and change. Try this. I know that it might be like a different thing for you to think of, but instead of reaching for tea right before you need to go to bed, even when we know that, decaf tea is supposed to not have any caffeine, it still has a little bit. So instead of reaching for tea, reach for bone broth or reach for chicken broth. Instead of reaching for hot chocolate, which might be a lot, very sugary before you're trying to go to bed, reach for a broth.
It's relaxing and calming and soothing.
Exactly.
It's interesting you say about the decaffeinated. So just a little secret within the industry.
Right.
Decaffeination does not mean there's no caffeine. In fact, sometimes there's as much as 75 or 80% of the caffeine that is normally found in a regular cup of coffee is still found in a cup of decaffeinated.
Okay,
So late at night, if you want to go to sleep, how about something relaxing and soothing? And this is it.
We're going to show you how to make it, and I got to give you an update of what's happening. So with the beef bone, yeah, I only now have 250 to go around, and in the chicken now, only 150 remain. We are about to go into cold and flu season. When do you love to sip on some soup? Cold and flu season.
So under the weather,
yeah.
I remember growing up, my mom used to cook homemade soup, and there was just such an aroma that went through the whole house.
Yeah.
It made everybody smile. We knew that we were going to enjoy a home-cooked, family, delicious meal. And you know what? As soon as we add hot water to the bone broth or to the chicken broth, even on the set,
Right.
it fills the set with the aroma of roasted bones and cooked mirepoix. It's delicious. It puts a smile on my face, and I'm really proud
Absolutely.
to make this available at home.
I'm tasting the chicken. Oh, yum, delicious.
So we start with some roasted notes, which come from the roasting of typically of roasted chicken bones and the meat, and then we add the velvety, creamy richness that we're all familiar with in a delicatessen chicken broth. The best thing yet, this is actually made from plant-based ingredients, so there's no fat in this. There's only 15 calories per serving.
I love that.
It's guiltless, and it's gluten-free
And
as
kosher.
well as kosher.
And you know, let me just share with you a couple things that are happening in the food world. Is that in the same way that people are using ice cream or some sort of cream to be a palate cleanser,
Yes.
that people are now starting, in the highest end restaurants, they're starting the dining experience with a little bit of a broth. Is that right?
Absolutely, and it's a clear consommé. So what's happening in some of the more upscale gourmet restaurants,
Right.
it started in Europe, it's now in Central and South America, and we're starting to see it here now. They'll start with a cup of chicken or beef consommé. Now a
Right.
consommé is a clear broth,
Right.
and it takes hours and hours for a chef to make it. After they've cooked the vegetables and the chicken and the beef, they then have to strain it.
Right.
What we've created in 3 minutes is a clear consommé that if you're having a dinner party and want to serve an elegant cup of consommé, in
Yes.
3 minutes you can give each guest their favorite flavor, and they'll never know it didn't take hours and hours to make.
It's also very, I mean, it seems very elegant, right? It just really is. I mean, if you're the first person, imagine creating your elegant sit-down dinner, and you do give them that little cup of, you know, like a little demi-tasse
It whets the
of
appetite.
broth right before they start the dining experience. That is the beef bone. Now I need to share with you what's happening. These are very popular. So now only 75 remain in the chicken. You're getting all 20 of these, the savory chicken. Each one of those sachets or the little, you know, tea bags is about $1.87 a piece. Think of this, of course, in your drawer at work. Think of it in, you know, in your drawer by your nightside table where you might keep water, and then you just grab some hot water and you have that. We also have the beef bone broth. M61115 is your item number. It is add hot water, 8 ounces of hot water, and 3 minutes. Let it steep. Let it
Smells
steep.
so good.
And we have one last little trick for you. What will I do if I happen to be eating vegan meat? What do I do with these if I'm eating
So this is
vegan
interesting.
meat?
You can sprinkle the beef broth. I can open this up and actually sprinkle this right on top of a vegan patty.
Yeah, you can sprinkle this.
And as soon as that vegan patty
Thank
is
you.
heated, the flavor comes out, and it's incredible. It creates a roasted beef flavor, and it tastes like a real hamburger.
So you've infused your vegan food with a beef flavor, but you've done
And
it.
it's all plant-based.
And it's all plant-based. Genius, right? Jody, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
my dear.
you.
Let me give you the final update. If you're interested in the beef bone, now I only have 225 remaining. And if you're interested in the chicken, savory chicken, 50 left. Please don't wait on the chicken. The way you dial is 1-800-500-7590. That's how you order the chicken, and at 2 easy payments of $18.70. Please don't delay. The beef, you know, a few more in the beef, but don't wait on that either. Jody, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
I'm going to be